Hello, YouTube. This is Bud Craig. This is alright. This is my finished product. Sorry, I had to cover up the serial number of this gun so nobody would could see it. This is the store-bought one, and I didn't want anybody to see the serial number. And this is the one I just made. I'm gonna run down the length of the store-bought one. And I'm going to run down the length of the one I just made. Is mine as refined as the store-bought one? No. I'm not a woodworker. I'm a mechanic. I was cutting this piece of wood. In retrospect, I should have gone downstairs and put this piece of wood in the vise. But I was cutting this piece of wood freehand with a sawzall, because I don't have any woodworking tools. Okay, so I was cutting this freehand with a sawzall and trying not to cut my fingers off. So I think I did a pretty good job of the curvatures. Then I just used a hole saw and smoothed up the edges on a bench grinder, which I will have to dress my stone because now it's impregnated with wood, and that can cause a stone to explode if you grind aluminum or any non-ferrous metal. If you grind non-ferrous items on a stone, you can actually make the stone fracture and explode. I cleaned this piece of wood up with on a bench grinder, and opened up this finger hole a little bit with a die grinder with a pretty coarse bit in it. And this was my first one. So I'm going to be able to make, I don't know, like I'll be able to make 5 of these. Oh yeah, I did make the barrel a little bit longer. I might have to shorten that. That might be too much strength, too much stretch on a rubber band. But I'm going to be able to make 5 of these things for the price of what this thing costs. And not to mention, I made this and I had fun, really. I enjoyed this whole process of cutting out this chunk of wood and working with my hands. And I wasn't in the mood to work on a car tonight. I need to replace a wheel bearing on a front-wheel drive car, and I just wasn't in the mood for it tonight because I didn't get home until late. So yeah, I'm going to make about, I don't know, 5 of these things for, well, I had to spend $13 at Home Depot because I did have to buy a new blade for my Sawzall because all my Sawzall blades are really coarse, and I knew that my coarse blade would just rip that wood to shreds, and I wanted a halfway fine cut. So if I already had the Sawzall, if I already had the blade, and God forbid if I had a jigsaw, or if you had a bandsaw that you could cut wood on, man, you could make these things for nothing. And the kids were just gaga over them. My son's 5, my wife's son is 7. And she also has a almost now 4-year-old daughter. They were all gaga over guns. Oh, hold on. No, I'm going to stop it here and restart the video because my next comment needs to be in a video all on its own.